Hello, everyone. This is Lizzie, and I'm here with Lyra and Raquel as always. And we're going to talk at Discovery of Wishes, episode 6. Episode 6 of At Discovery of Wishes season 2 is like the episode of the season, at least so far. We want to talk about what comes later. It is also an episode we, in general, considering what happens, have been waiting for a while. I can't tell you why, but it's a big episode. One you want to watch as soon as the episode is made available. I believe that is 6 a.m. So yes, I'm not saying that you should get up early to watch it, but I am saying that. So let's talk about the episode. What was your general impression of the episode? Without going into details, Lyra.
Why you gotta put me on the spot first?
I literally told you before we started recording, I'm gonna put you on the spot, and now you're complaining? Go.
Yeah, thank you. I will complain until I am blue in the face. What was the question?
What was your general impression of the episode?
Diana is a badass motherfucking bitch. No means no. Yes means yes. She got range. Teresa Palmer got fucking range.
I love how Raquel's gonna say something completely different. So just tell me if you're done, because now I wanna see Raquel say something completely different.
You don't know. She could agree with me.
She probably will agree and then add something completely different.
Well, go ahead, Raquel. Agree and add something.
Well, I agree with you about Diana,
But
this episode is about the couple for me, because both of them both of them are friends with a lot of problems in this episode, a lot of firsts about them together and them alone, and they overcome it together. So for me, it's
she's like, not just about Diana, it's about the two of them.
Yes, it's about the couple for me.
That was called A Discovery of Witches.
Yes, it's amazing in this. Okay, I agree with that. But for me, it's about the couple. This episode is, I love when writers write a fanfic best than fan can read it. This is like, this episode is really, really good. It's like all our dreams in life, in real life, you can see it. When I read the books, I imagine all this scene that's happening in the episode that I can talk, but you can imagine right now what I'm talking about. I imagine exactly like this, but this episode is even better than I imagined, and that's so awesome because it's not happened in a show. It's not happened frequently in a show that the writers do better than my imagination, or a fan's imagination. So for me, it's awesome for that. It's one of the best of the season. My top, but I'm not sure how order is. But
and we can't talk about that yet. So yes, Raquel's gonna stop talking now before she starts ranting. I agree mostly with Raquel. Sorry, Lyra. The show is called The Discovery of Wishes, but if there's an episode that is more about the two of them than ever, I actually thought the last episode was more about Diane. Despite the fact that the last episode has some good moments with Matthew and Diana, I thought the last episode was more about Diane. It was more about her and her power, and whoever comes in her way can go, bye-bye. And this episode is more about the two of them. I also think part of the reason we can say that is that the show has established really well that Diana is just the best. And though I appreciate that they keep establishing that, it is fun that they don't need to for us, in the sense that it's not like every time they show us that Diana is big ass motherfucker. We're like, oh, I'm so shocked. I didn't know that. No, we're like, yeah, I've been knew this bitch was the best. Like, yeah.
Don't take away her powers. You can still be like,
right, you are, but isn't that so refreshing to just know that she's powerful, that the show doesn't need to establish it every episode, that you already know. Like, basically, you're like, if Diana wanted, she could get rid of all of you. You wouldn't even notice. So I feel like that takes away a little of the punch, which is a good thing. Like, I want female characters who are consistently powerful. I don't just want the female characters who are like, oh, bam, and this is the moment they became powerful, and then bye, the story's over. No, she's consistently powerful, and we know that, and her power is growing, but we already knew. Like the princess saved herself in the first season, so it's just like that she's saving herself now. It's like, I've been there, we saw that before, we appreciate it, but we know. So yes, for me, this episode is more about the two of them, the moments as a couple. In general, it is a very romantic episode. It has some special moments, and I think fans of Bishmont will especially enjoy it. So if you had to give, I think Raquel has been waiting for this question for like the entirety of her video. I don't need details. Just tell me, don't go into a rant. Number 1 to 10. Go, Raquel.
Okay, 10 to 10.
She gave it a 10. I think she'd been waiting to give it a 10.
Yes.
like 5 years.
Okay, Lyra, your rating.
I would, even though I strongly want to just disagree because that's just me, I would give it a 10 out of 10.
I will give it a 10 out of 10 too. It is surprisingly so. I think it's the best episode the show has done so far. Not just like I talked about the couple and Raquel talked about the couple and Lyra talked about Diana, but it's not even just the couple or Matthew and Diana. It's just that everything in the episode works. And that's why this question is probably the hardest question I'm gonna ask, because if you have to pick one favorite scene, how do you pick? We're gonna find out because Raquel's gonna pick now. I know sorry, go. We got time to think while she answers.
Okay, me? Yes, why me?
Because I asked her last time. Go.
Lyra? Okay.
No, you Raquel, you go.
All the episodes. No, okay. Yes, all the episodes. But if I have to
That's
choose
cheating.
if I had to choose one, I'm a scene with so much intimacy with Wendell, physically, but above all, emotionally, and that is my favorite scene, and that's why
She can't say much. Like, she loved to say 20 things about the scene.
The restraint.
I'm proud of the restraint she just like showed right there. Proud. Lyra, what is your favorite scene? Are you gonna agree with Raquel? I'm just a little like, again?
You're worried.
I'm worried. If you agree with Raquel 2 times a video, it's like something is wrong.
I think my favorite is a moment where Diana basically reiterates, I'm ride or die, which she does a lot, but things come to a point where, you know, Matthew's going through a lot. You've seen him through the season. He's going through a lot, and he's fighting with a lot of darker sides of himself, and Diana basically is the Vin Diesel of this, and she's like, you know, you're my ride or die.
High five. I like that. It's a fun episode where we can all pick different scenes for different reasons. I think Raquel's answer in the sense that the entire episode is valid. The entire episode is very good. I actually will pick a moment between Matthew and Philly. It was very emotional for me, considering what we know of what Matthew lost and the chance that he got sort of back. To get a moment like the one he gets in this episode. I thought it was really, and in an episode that is so much about the couple and that I love so much about them, it was that moment that when I was like, but what is the moment that stands out? That was a moment that sort of like, which is I think the mark of a really good episode. It managed to hit all the emotional points, the platonic, the familial relationships, and then the romance, which is sort of at the heart of the show. So yes, I think we mostly agree here that this is the best episode of the season, probably the best episode the show has done.
Yep.
Lyra and Raquel have no intentions of fighting today. Shocking. They're even wearing like matching shirts. Have you noticed that, people? I'm a little concerned here.
Well, look, I'm gonna say one thing. Okay, let me fix mine just for you. Okay. It's an episode you have to rewatch. For sure.
Valid. I mean, you're gonna want to.
Because the first time you watch it, you're just like, is this gonna happen? You're like on the edge of your seat. And then you should just watch it again because everything clicks together in a way that is really, really unexpected. So yeah.
But watch it once to know what happens, watch it twice to enjoy it.
Watch it again.
Yes. Okay, so I think that's it for our preview video of episode 6 of A Discovery of Witches season 2. We still got a few episodes to go, so you'll continue to find us here as long as we have episodes. So see you next week. This is Lissy, and I was here with Lyra, who's making jazz hands, and Raquel. Bye.